I missed you all. Welcome back to Main Character with Yasmin. I'm your host. Say it with me. 1, 2, 3. Your mom. So I haven't recorded an episode in a couple weeks because team, it's been I've been on. You know how everyone's like, oh, I've been traveling. Oh, I've had work. I have auditions. X, Y, and Z. I've been on tour. Whenever I'm traveling or whenever I'm genuinely doing anything that requires me to leave my home, I'm on tour. Oh, I'm on a press tour. Sorry. Oh, can you get coffee? I'm actually on tour right now. Like, if I kind of feel like if Taylor Swift can just like go to Japan, I mean, she is singing in Japan. So technically that is tour. But if I'm like putting myself out there, seeing different people, why can't I just say I'm on tour? I think we should take back the word tour. Ladies, say it with me. Feminism tour. What have we missed? We have a lot to debrief. When I say debrief of the week, I mean debrief of the last 2 weeks. Team, we have gone through so much. I feel like I've actually changed a lot in the last couple. Can someone be quiet? Oh, that was my grandmother. So I'm going to hell. But basically, I have had the craziest couple weeks. It's been like really intense, not for any bad way, not for any, I mean, it was good, I will say, but like not for any awful way. But I was in the UK. So I started off in Manchester because that's where my partner lives. And we had the best time. We went up to Scotland. I met her parents. It was amazing. They're the best. And her brother and her brother's girlfriend and her freaking dog. So cute. Like, I usually don't like white crusty dogs because I'm like, wipe your eyes. Like, you got like the boogers on the eyes. But her dog is just genuinely like perfect. Really. I mean, if I were to rank dogs, it would be, my beloved Tyson, but he's dead. Boomer. No, Jax, Boomer, and then Bonnie. These are all the names. So yeah, being with her was amazing. We celebrated our 1 year anniversary together, a year and then some. We went out to dinner, but on the night, get the fuck this. On the night of our anniversary, we went to Liverpool up here, Beatles Central, Paul McCartney, daddy, right? And so we went to Liverpool. We were having like a really nice like dinner. I was looking so sexy. I was like, oh my God, it's anniversary night. You know what that means. I end up getting food poisoning. On our anniversary. I start projectile vomiting. The pasta had a raw egg in it. I don't know what kind of carbonara sauce has raw egg in it, but maybe I missed the memo. I'm like 4% Italian, and all I can say is as an Italian ex, I refute that notion that should be in a pasta. Sorry. And so I was like, okay, I feel sick. I'll be fine. I end up throwing up all night. I get out of the bathroom. I reek of bile. I smell so awful. I had nothing. No, they had no mint, no like toothbrushes, nothing. And who walks out right as I'm like waiting for the Uber? A Love Island girl. What's her name? Tanya from, let me see. Yeah, that's what I fucking thought. I met Tanya from Love Island. She was one of my favorite people. Her and Shaq were so fucking cute together. Are they broken up? No, they're still together. This is huge news. Okay. Well, I was like, oh my God. And also, why does she live in Liverpool? No idea. But I was like, she's like, oh my God, babe, like, thank you. Like, you look so cute. Blah, blah, blah. You smell so good. I'm like, oh, either you're taking the piss out of me because taking the piss. I literally go anywhere and I'm like, I come back using their language. It could be problematic if I did anything appropriation or with appropriation, but I'd not, because you can't take can you take British culture? I mean, they took everything, right? So I guess we could take theirs. Something to think about. And so basically she said I smelled really good, but I was like, that is, you're either taking the piss or genuinely you don't smell the lumps of green and orange and raw egg that just came out of my mouth. So that was fun, but overall it was amazing. It was about Valentine's Day together and it was incredible. And then I went to London. I saw my best friends. And then, okay, So Amelia Clarkson, we all know her. She was on the episode a couple of weeks ago. She does this thing now called Bigo. Bigo. Bigo is an app where you just live stream yourself and people give you beans. And so I was like getting on the app and I'm like, hi you guys, she has a lot of followers on it, and like 50 beans is like £1. And so I would just like try to make jokes and stuff, but no one liked me. And the second and also someone was like, can I pee on your face? And I was like, this is insane. People were saying the most, they're like, who's that brown chick? Yeah, she's cute. I'm like white passing at best. Like, this is crazy. But that, I was like, damn, like apps are really going above and beyond now to be like, just people just want to see people do things and live. And I'm like, don't y'all have something better to do? I don't know. None of my business though. Get your back. The thing is, I would do that too. Like if I was getting like $900 like a month, and I posted on Instagram and I was like, she's getting £700 a week when she isn't. It's a month for 40 hours a month, but it's fine. But yeah, the UK was amazing. But I after coming back from the UK, I have a couple of bones to pick. Okay. First things first is I'm just genuinely curious. When my partner and I, we were looking for a couple of pubs to go to have a roast in. A Sunday roast. Veggies, potatoes, chicken, whatever, haggis or Yorkshire pudding, blah, 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 blah. And you look at the pubs, the way the Brits in the UK name their pubs, I genuinely am like, did you just put a bunch of adjectives and nouns into a bowl and just pick it out? It's like a bunch of like random words all together. It's like the Night Irish Pig's Blood Eye Tavern. Or it's like Yorkshire the First John and Boleyn the Third Ate Down Boots. Or it's like, oh, bloody pigs of the Eins Mines of Scotland. That's like the names of the pub. Like the names are just actually crazy. Like there was another one that was like actually like the light ear never but said we do. What are we just have like, I don't know, like bars here like Niagara or like, I mean, I can't really say anything because that was the next pub or bar that came to my mind was Zebulon in LA. So I really can't say shit because it's like Mine Eye, Jane Eyre, Anne Boleyn, the Third Tavern, Zebulon. Like those two, like that's see, like I kind of feel like the UK, like they're like, so they think that they're the best, like, oh, and like America, like we just know we're stupid. Zebulon. I feel like that's the difference. And so that was crazy, I kind of realized. And then also, I'm going to make a stand-up bit on this because this is the part that actually tickles my fancy because it's so funny. But like when people from the UK, like when they have a reaction, when they have an opinion,
I'm absolutely gutted. Like that, Emma, you're making a fucking mug out of me, babe. What?
You could just say that you're upset. You're gutted? It sounds like you just got stabbed. You're gutted.
Do I have mug written on me fucking forehead? Are you taking the piss?
Are you for real? That is the difference. Or it's like,
I absolutely bloody fucking can't. Like, I can't do it. She's taking me for a fucking mug, yeah?
I was been watching a lot of Love Island, but it's like, instead of being like, ugh, she's pissing me off, I'm so annoyed. Like, yeah, that like hurt my feelings, but it's whatever. Like,
my head's going fucking west. Like, I'm absolutely fucking gutted. Like, my heart really hurts. Blah, 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 blah.
I'm like, they're so dramatic. I'm sorry. And this is coming from someone who is dramatic. The people from the UK, the way they say anything, like, I feel like a pin can drop. I'm absolutely fucking floored, mate. What the hell? Blah, blah, blah. That's crazy. They held the room though. What I'm going to be honest is the Brits know how to hold the room. Or not Brits, the UK in general. Y'all know how to hold a room. So I'll give them that. What else? I had my first
Hey, I'm walking here.
moment in New York the other day. When I was walking, I was in a really shit mood. So I was like, had my headphones on. I was like, I don't want to talk to anyone. 21 Savage in my ear. You talk to me, you're not getting a peep. And there was a guy on a bike. I don't know what I'm mad at more, bikes or men. And he was just walking, or not walking, and he was just biking. And it's my turn to walk. The walk sign says, Yasmin, walk. And there he is, just biking. And he just comes right in front of me. And I stop without even processing what could have just happened. Without even saying anything, I look up and go, hey, I'm walking here. You guys, I really think I'm fitting it in New York. So that was a really good moment. I feel like that really helped my mental health. Also, another thing for debrief of the week, that AT&T outage. I had somewhere to be that morning. And everyone was like, oh, New York's so easy in a map. It's just a grid, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't read maps. If the world ends, if you give me a compass, might as well kill me. Kill me. If you think you're giving me a compass and you think I'm going to know what the fuck to do, you're sick. You're sick. I have no clue what to do with a fucking compass or a map. That's why I have a cell phone. I sound like such a dick. But my neighbors are like, she's not well. Oh my God. Speaking of my neighbors, I was smoking the other night outside my window, and my neighbor was like, it's going into my window, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, it's 1 a.m. Close your fucking windows. It's freezing out. Like, where else am I supposed to go? Outside? It's legal. Or am I in the wrong? Wait, guys, let me know if I'm in the wrong. It's like barely going to his window. Like, it always goes that way, but his window is that way. Ugh. This whole episode is basically just an update of my life. But... oh, the AT&T outage. So I had to go somewhere and I was like, I'm going to take the subway. I left on time, but it's all the way uptown. And I was like, I don't know how the fuck to get there. There's no service. There's nothing. You have no data, nothing. And so I randomly stop at like this dog cafe and I go, hi, do you guys have Wi-Fi? And they go, hi, buy an almond croissant first and you'll get it. And I'm like, okay. So then I got it and it was like $6 for an almond croissant, which made me want to commit arson, but we move. I got the Wi-Fi. I did it. I ordered an Uber. I had like 5 minutes to be at the place that we're supposed to be for something I could not miss. And I was like, Jesus Christ, like if I don't get in that, like I have no access to like email the people or talk to them. And I'm like running. I'm Usain Bolt just running down, I don't know what avenue, I'm going to say 44th Street. I don't know if even that's uptown or midtown, but I'm just running so fast. And you just see this like a little Snooki. You just see a little Snooki running, like bobbing her little head. I'm like, the best person I could think of is an Oompa Loompa or Snooki running. That is me with a big, like, big puffer jacket, like shoes and heels on. And I get there right on the dot of what I was supposed to be there. I don't hear my name. I don't hear anything. 15 minutes later, I get in, and this is a really big deal. They say, oh, we thought you weren't going to show up. If you kind of get the gist of what I'm like, say it was an audition, but if you kind of get the gist of what I'm saying of like, if you're on time, you're late in acting. If you're on time, so you're late. So you don't care. But no, I do care. It was just the AT&T outage, and I realized I was telling the casting director. I was like, well, because the AT&T, and he was like, I don't like, just take your time, babe. Like, do it. And he was British too. So that was that, which was annoying. But what kind of made me realize was that like, if there ever is a full outage where like we have a doomsday, where you don't have a phone, you have no access to a map, you don't have navigation, you can't communicate with people, you're completely isolated, alone, no electricity, no nothing. I'm like, oh, I'm fucked. I feel like that's where like redneck conservatives who live in like the really middle of nowhere and like Amish people really like they do have the upper hand and advantage of us. Cause like if anything, God forbid, happens, like y'all are gonna be fine. You've been doing that. You've been living off the grid. You know how to use a map. That's when I realized like these people these people have something that we don't, and that's logic. Wait, no, they don't. Wait, is this gonna get me canceled? I have no idea. Anyhow, so let's discuss a story that I have for you. If you are easily offended, as in if you're a white straight cis man. They always say, oh, I don't get offended. I think you guys are the most pussy. Like, you guys are pussies. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you guys take some like things so personally and you act like it doesn't. So I'm like, I can't. If you're gonna get easily offended by this, don't listen to the men. I was on a train going to Connecticut this weekend. Don't ask why. None of your business. And I basically had a little luggage, my sweatpants on. I was tired. I was still working. It was like 4 o'clock on a Friday. I was like, I just have a couple hours left of work. And I'm sitting on the seats, and it's the Metrolink. Metrolink? Yeah, it's the Metrolink. So there was a guy sitting in front of me and then a guy sitting to my right. And then all the seats that were open that was like I could have sat in had their stuff on it. And so I come, and I'm going to say how I feel no matter what. And I say to these guys, hi, could you please move your stuff so I can come in? And this one man, this one white, bald man, McDonald's sign, receding hairline, nothing left on your head, takes my luggage, physically takes my luggage, puts it in front of his legs, and he's like, you like it here? Huh? You want it right here? Whatever you want, you want. What do you want? Huh? Huh? We want your luggage right here? I'll do whatever you want, huh? Sorry, what? Sorry, wait. What? And hi, could you guys move your stuff so I could sit here? Said, I'm attacking you. And this is why I say white, straight, cis men are so sensitive. And what I think the problem is, whether he knows about it subconsciously or not, he couldn't handle a woman taking up space. Because what was I supposed to do? Just sit in my one fucking chair with my luggage, my backpack, and my laptop right there when you guys have 3 seats that you guys could just use for 2 of you? Or 4 seats for 2 of you? Yeah, right. Why can't we all just have 1 seat? Feminism, right? And I was just, and he's manspreading. He's opening his legs. He's huffing and puffing on his phone, on email. I'm like, I know men like you. I know I've dated men like you. Ew. And the whole time I was like, you're making me feel so small. And I said to him, he takes the luggage and he puts it there. And I take my luggage back and I say, sir, please let go of my luggage. And we're like wrestling with my luggage. And this other guy is just a bystander just sitting there. And I'm just like, this power dynamic is crazy. I said, what are you doing, sir? Give me back my luggage. He goes, no, you want to be comfortable? Take up the space? I got it. And I go, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I take it back and I was like, sir, I'm not trying to cause trouble. I'm really not. Like, that's the problem. That I get up and I sit somewhere else. And I was like, damn, like, you really don't like me. And that's okay. But you don't know me. I did nothing. All I asked was to sit next to you guys. Because the train was taking off. I wanted to say I had work to do. Just like you. It was just so annoying. And I was like, you just can't handle a woman taking up space. Like, that was like primarily what the problem was. And whoever says to me, that's not true. It's not a woman and man thing. It's just an anyone thing. I was like, no, I can promise you, whether he knows it or not, it's subconsciously in the back of his head. The back of his bald head. The back of his no hairline, McDonald's receding hairline sign head. Bitch. Anywho, that's what happened. If anyone cared. Okay, so I've realized while doing this episode is that I'm pretty sure when I was saying the part about, I'm going to just whisper it, so ASMR, I think the part where I was talking about my neighbor, about the smoking part, and he was like, woof, I'm pretty sure he heard me. Now, do I care? No, I don't. But will it make things awkward potentially? Yes. So here's the thing. I feel like this whole episode is dedicated to the UK. And when I say that, it's because I feel like I've had so many crazy experiences there. And I think I want to talk about some of my favorite memories of my time in the UK. And it has to go with, I think, this one that happened while I was there. I mean, I think like getting food poison on your anniversary, I think was like top 3. But I have to say, I was with Eva, Millie, Tori, and Millie's girlfriend. And we were watching a show. And let me hear me out. They just said this. Yasmin, have you ever watched Naked Attraction? No. I've never never heard of that show. In America, we don't have that stuff in America, right? I didn't even know what the hell Naked Attraction was about. I was like, is it about like, is it kind of like Love is Blind, where you don't really understand or see the person, but you like fall in love with them, blah, 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 blah. I sit down. They're like, get comfy, get relaxed. This is going to be so lighthearted and fun. Perfect. I put an eye mask on. I take a shower. I'm sitting down, getting comfy, cozy. And then all of a sudden, I see a vulva the size of Russia on my screen. And then I see a scrotum that looks like the bridge to Terabithia. And then I see pubic hair that looks like Narnia. If you go in, you won't come back. I was like, what the fuck is this? I saw a pierced clitoris. I saw testicles that hung to your knees. I saw a penis that was more like a French fry. I saw things that I don't think people should see. And I'm not trying to say, oh, some pussies are ugly. Oh, some penises are ugly. Boobs, blah, 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 blah. No, I wasn't prepared. I think if you're going to see that many naked people, you have to be prepared. I was like, the fact that the UK, this is a problem. They're like, we can make shows about anything. Shows that came out of the UK. Normal people. Dairy Girl. One day. Naked Attraction? What in God's green earth, Beyonce's earth, are we living in? Where people are literally just showing their naked badussies first and being like, I don't actually think that body type's my fit. Like, I think she's a bit too curvy. I heard that like 4 times. Oh God, like, I think that dick will go like all the way up my fucking throat. Don't know what accent was that, but heard that. I was like, this is crazy. The funding, they need to fund the NHS more and less for shows like Naked Attraction. I kind of take that back. I actually do think it's one of the greatest shows of all time now, because I'm like, this is insane. Because then they go on dates afterwards. You basically like up to the buttocks area, you see the ass, the vagina, blah, blah, blah. And then you go all the way up to the chest, the boobs, blah, blah, blah. And then you see their face. You hear their voices at the end. And I'm just like, this is crazy. And then the person who's judging has to show their naked body afterwards and walk out naked with the people. It's so crazy. And when the people are walking back, when they don't get picked, you just see it's like a zoom in on their butt cheeks going up and down, up and down. And like, I'm very pro body autonomy, like show your ass, do whatever you want. I sometimes I think you need to not show your body. Sorry, I think sometimes people need to like stay, you know what? You keep that between you and God. You need to keep that between you and God. That was just crazy. Oh, I'll tell you an unhinged story that happened to me in the UK. The year was 2019. I was turning 21. It was beautiful. I was studying, I was working abroad that summer. That's when I met Eva. And I was at the Young Actors Theater in Islington. That's where I met Millie too, and Hope and some of our friends. And we were going to a play one night. It was a Sunday night. I had worked the next morning with the children at 9 a.m. I taught the kids in the morning. I was helping the creative director. It was great. And I remember I was like, and my birthday was 2 weeks after, and I was leaving to America 3 weeks after. And I was like, oh God, like, I'm going to just go to this play and then I'm going to go to sleep. I'm so tired, blah, blah, blah. We go watch the play, and I leave my phone in my jacket on the table because all my friends are there. There's 9 of them. And I go with my friends to get a drink at the bar. I come back. My phone, nowhere there. You guys, that's not funny. Come on, you guys. Give me back my phone. You guys, don't just quit joshing me. You guys quit joshing. Stop it. Turns out they weren't joshing. It was more, I got joshed by a pickpocketer who came in with a sign that says, please give me money for food. She put the sign over my phone and took my phone like a thief in the night. I was like, what the? I just got robbed. And I was like, I'm such a fucking idiot. Like, I shouldn't have left my phone out. And I like went and like quickly called like my friend Chantal, my mom, and I was like, we need to shut everything down. Like, oh, this is so shit. My birthday's coming up. And I'm like, I'm more thinking about not how am I gonna get home, but like, ugh, what if I don't see anyone post for my birthday? That's literally what I was thinking about. And so I was like, okay, you know what? I shut out like my on iCloud, like someone stole my phone, blah blah blah. I guess I really have nothing else to do. Wait, you guys, let's go out. I have work the next morning. Fine, maybe a nice drink. One drink turns into two, two turns into four. Four turns out we end up in a gay bar near Piccadilly. Four turns out I got someone's cigarette lit off my shoulder. End up in Hackney till 2 in the morning. 2 in the morning turns out to be 7 in the morning. Come back 7 in the morning, all the way back to London, take a shower. I reek of alcohol and cigarettes. I smell so bad. But you know what? I watched the sunrise with my friends, and it was actually one of the best nights of my life. I am leaving out some details because those details will incriminate me, and I'm not going to be doing it. So, will it incriminate? It's not good for press. And so I'm just going to leave those out. But I watched the sunrise with my friends, and like we had the most deep conversations. Did I throw up in the bathroom a couple times upstairs in Hackney? Yes, I did. I end up, once again, no phone. I'm like, I feel so sick, so bad. But at the end of the day, I'm like still a little drunk. I'm whatever. I then get back to my place in Farringdon with my friend Chantal, and she goes, where were you? She's getting ready for work. I'm just coming in. I have work in 2 hours. It's 7:30. And then after that, I say to myself, I'm going to take a 5-minute nap. I take a 5-minute nap. I reek. I smell so bad. I then take a shower. I go to work. I need a phone. I feel so hungover. I think I'm going to die. I realized I was so hungover, I couldn't take the bus to work. I couldn't even take the tube to work. I needed a fucking car. And this was the time where like no one was really taking Ubers. They were like, take taxis. I took the taxi, had to go all the way to Islington from Farringdon. I needed to stop at the Vodafone in Piccadilly. I stopped there, and I'm like telling this guy, do you have any towels? I know I'm going to have to yak in a couple minutes. I stop in the middle of Piccadilly Circus. You have people taking family photos in front of like the major like buildings and lights. I open the door. Hall. Throwing up, close the door, keep going. I get to work by 9:45. I'm 45 minutes late for class. I'm throwing up outside of my established work environment with children, but they can't see me because I'm behind a fire hydrant. Why can't they see me? I'm that short. And so after that, I get inside, I take the class, I then go into the toilet in the bathroom in the basement. I end up throwing up even more. But I forgot to mention, we did get the phone. Vodafone and on Oxford Circus, thank you so much for giving me, what did I get? An Android. I then all of a sudden go and I fall asleep in the bathroom. I fall asleep near the toilet. My head dry heaving. Dry heaving in the toilet. And then I get a, Miss Yasmin, are you in the bathroom? Are you okay? This little girl, 7 years old, sees me bent over. I'm like, this is what it's like to have like fucked up parents. And you like go in, you see your parents like barred out, and you're like, fuck. That was me. That was literally me. I was like, this is really awful. I get up. No, I'm fine. I'm fine. I then fall asleep at my desk, go and get a Coca-Cola. And I was like fine by like 4 p.m. And then I went back home. Was the most tired I've ever been because I did not sleep a wink. My body had so many toxins in there. I still had like a 3rd-degree burn from a fucking cigarette by a gay. All in all, though, I will say it was the best night, one of the best nights of my life, but equally the worst day of my life. That's one of my proudest stories because it was like so insane. It's kind of like you just had to be there. But like really like throwing up bile in front of a family of 5 is really quite entertaining. And then throwing up like in a Vodafone. It's amazing. And like waking up, didn't even sleep, but like that 5-minute nap. And like watching the sunrise with my friends and like having those conversations of people like I didn't know them 3 months prior and we just bonded like that. And like we were dancing to, I was just so beautiful. And like I look back and I'm just like I really have a special place for the UK. And like I feel like this is what Brittany Broski's like with like Ireland, but this is what I feel like with the whole UK. Like I really do have such a special relationship with it. And I have a special relationship with the people there too. And I also think the culture, like the way the arts are prioritized there. When I was there this weekend, basically I just went to the National Theater and there was like a row of plays that were all by Arab people, whether they were Palestinian, Irish, Lebanese, Iraqi, American, Syrian. It doesn't matter. They just had it all on display and they highlighted it. And I just think it's so rare to have an established place like the National Theater to really put Arab playwrights and Arab stories on the forefront, because we're like forgotten about right now. So that was like really incredible to watch. And like my girlfriend always sends me like the Celtic game in Scotland. Like they really care about, the struggle. I mean, Scotland and Ireland have their own struggles, but it kind of just like, it just reminds me, I don't know, really as community. I'm not saying we don't have that in America, but I do feel like America is a little bit more removed from things than they are. I don't know. It's crazy. Everything's crazy. I'm going to just take a segue because I really didn't have any structure for this episode, but I just wanted to talk about me in the UK. But I think some of the most important people in my life live there. And like, I mean, obviously my girlfriend and like my best friends, and I have cousins there. Josie films there. Like, and I think it's just the place. And I think the reason why it means so much to me is because in 2018, when I was studying abroad there, I was that girl who was annoying, who was like, I studied abroad. I was that girl. I will always be that girl. Studying abroad was one of my proudest accomplishments of my entire life. I found myself. It was when it helped me realize that this is real. I mean, I've always known I've wanted to act and be an artist and create things that are bigger than myself, but it showed me that it was possible. It showed me shows and theater and works of art that changed the way I look at life. I remember I saw Carey Mulligan at the Royal Court doing Boys and Girls by Dennis Kelly, and it's about family annihilation. It was a one-woman show. The colors were a Tiffany blue. That was the production design of everything. And I was like, in a place like London, in the UK, that telling a story like that's possible. And I don't blame Broadway or like, there's a big theater community in San Diego and DC and Chicago, but I don't think it's up to par with the West End. I don't, because I feel like Americans don't give a shit about art. They really don't. And when you find the people that do, you hold on to them close. But the reason why I love the UK is because they really care. And I remember leaving the theater and I was like, I want to do this for the rest of my life. And I know I'm going to. It kind of allowed me to think that I was bisexual for a second. I was like, maybe I'm bi. Turns out, girlie, you are. I dated for the first time really in London. And I felt like I was attractive. Like I felt like people actually treated me, well, I don't want to say with all respect because they didn't, but like it was the first time where like people found me beautiful. Not that I ever need that affirmation from other people, but it was nice to feel like that. It was nice to go to the doctors and not have to like pay an arm and a leg because it's covered by the NHS. It was nice to like live in a city. It was the first time where like I woke up in the morning and I was like, I am so excited for what's to come. And I haven't felt like that in a very long time. I mean, I'm excited. I'm not going to say I'm not excited with the world, but I feel like I'm in a place right now where I just don't know what's next in so many aspects of my career. I just don't know what's next in like my life. And I feel like I know no matter what, it's going to be okay. And I guess a little bit was because like usually like in the summers I go to Lebanon. I don't know if we're going to be able to this summer because of the war. And this is even a privileged thing for me to even talk about. But like, I don't know what's next for me. Like, where am I going to be? Like I love New York, but is it really for me? And I can do another episode about my time in New York, but like I'm struggling a little bit. I really miss LA. I love New York and being independent, but it's damn isolating. It is damn isolating. I don't know. I really don't know. But I know, like, I'm grateful. Oh, God. Like, I just feel like we have to be okay with the unknown constantly. And I'm okay with the unknown. I always am. But it'd be nice to just, like, get a heads up of what's to come. But you know what they say? When you plan, God laughs. The universe laughs. Anyways, I have one more story and then we're going to call it a day today. This one's not about the UK, but this was about last night. I went to a gala, the Seal Gala. It's a Lebanese association, organization, nonprofit NGO, girls' night out. And we looked stunning. I was like, this is going to be so fun. My sister's going to meet her husband there. I'm sure of it. I was like really excited for it, but I was also really tired. I'm very exhausted. When we walked into this gala, I was like, I know I'm going to be wearing faux, obviously, because Arabs step the fuck out. If there's one thing about Arabs is they are not afraid. We are not afraid to show the fuck off. So I'm like in my jacquemus heels. I'm wearing my fur coat. And I was like, bonjour, ça va? Ça va très bien, merci. Thank you so much. Blah, 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 blah. Like when I'm like giving my coat to like the Arab coat man, he was like, ya Allah, like that's okay. And I've never seen when I looked at like all the Arabs in one room, like sitting down in their nice pantsuits, like pants, dresses, heels, whatever. I'm like, this is TSA's worst fucking nightmare. I'm obsessed with it. I was like, this is crazy. I mean, the amount of stand-up jokes I did. And you know what? I said that to a group of Arabs and you had the women being like, Ya Allah, like, who is this? Blah, blah. And the men laughed. And I was like, damn girls, we need to like hold each other up. That was annoying. But nonetheless, still will ride or die for them. But it was nice to like see like the work that I did over the summer with Seal, like helping the Lebanese community with farming and agriculture, and environmental purposes. It was nice to see the work paid off a little bit. It was nice to see like we raised money for people who really need it. And like all of the money go to the people of Lebanon, especially women too, which was really like really good to feel. Felt like a lot of my culture was there, which felt really nice. This episode was kind of kooky crazy. I swear to God, like things are going to pick back up once my life gets in order. Other than that, I think we're good to go for today's episode. I love you all very much. Thank you so much for listening to me fucking podcast. I really, really do appreciate it. Like, you're fucking paying, babe. You're fucking paying. And then you have, dear, thank you so very much for listening to my podcast. I do like it when you listen to main character with Yasmin. And then you have, right, I don't understand what you're trying to do, but main character with fucking Yasmin is my fucking favourite podcast. Was that good? And let me do Irish. Main character with Yasmin is fucking terrific. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Saoirse Ronan, Paul Mescal. Did I do it right? Is that going to get me canceled? Bye, guys. See you next week. Make sure to like, subscribe, download all future Main Character with Yasmin episodes, and major thank you to our incredible editor and producer, Max Shepardson. I'll see you next week. Bye.